All right, what is going on in television land? It's a wonderful live stream from a gem of all trades, coming to you live from the state of misery. Welcome indeed. How is everyone? I'm glad you guys stopped by. As you do, just let me chime in. Let me know you're here. I'm going to find myself on my laptop, on another laptop here, and I'm going to see if I can kind of do this. Do this from a laptop rather than from my phone. We'll see what happens. There it is. Boom. All right. I find so many times I'm doing live streams that my trading suffers during those times. So I've got the laptop over here with my account and stuff that you guys can't see. And I am signed in and ready to rock. So, awesome. All right, what's up, Hamed? How's it going, my man? Hey, Shusane, how's it going, buddy? I got your email yesterday. It was really, really interesting. So we're going to talk about that today. Robert Justison, what's up, man? The chart's giving us the finger. I imagine it is. Emery, hey, man. Mr. High Desert Garden. I watched a couple of your gardening videos just to check them out. You guys need to check them out. They're pretty cool. It's got some neat content there. So, yeah, nice. Check out Mr. High Desert Garden's YouTube channel. Pretty cool. All right, Leo Money. Hey, buddy. Flat Earth NASA. What's up? What is up? Short from 8,400. Great. You got a better entry than I have. My entry, I was in prison. I was in jail when that happened. Ministry, that is. And I ended up getting in around 82.90, I think. Hey, Eric. Hey, Craig. Teddy Gunn. All right, man. You got to put something else other than a period. Let me see a sentence, a word, something. Come on, buddy. You can do it, man. You can do it. All right, guys. This is, let's see, there's 29 of you watching. Awesome. Smash those likes if you don't mind doing that. And appreciate all the commenting and the support of the channel. Guys, we've hit 2,200 subscribers. And the last 200 have come in the last week or two. So that's pretty cool, man. So thank you all so much. I'm nobody. And so the fact that you guys stop by and listen to me and interested in the channel, I'm humbled and makes me want to do better. So I want to continue to do better. We want to look at this move right here and see what's going on with it. And hey, RI, how's it going? Nibbler. And yeah, I'm still in that short too, but I'm thinking about taking profit for now. I want to talk about that as well. So whether we get one more push down or it goes up from here for a corrective wave. And so that's what we want to talk about today. Hey, Jeff Balboni. Like that name. That's cool. It's like Rocky Balboa, but it's like Balboni, you know. Don't mess with the Balbonis. You don't mess with the Balbonis. That's a cool name. What's up, Jeff? How are you, buddy? All right. So, yeah, let's look at this. Guys, this is still impulsive. Let's just talk about the talking points yesterday. I'll get into the analysis here. Don't forget, none of this is financial advice. All right, so basically what we've got rocking here, just look at that. It's a pretty steep projection, guys. Pretty steep projection indeed. What we've got here is a three-wave move to the upside. Either this is the three-wave move or this is the three-wave. I'm calling this a WXY. So a WXY is a 333. So there's a three-wave, there's a three-wave, and this is a three-wave as well. That's the way I interpret that for now, unless something invalidates it. Okay. When I put the fibs on this entire move here, we've come up to the 127 extension, and if you've been paying attention, the 127 extension is a corrective level. We've wicked through it and come back down and got rejected out of it. Okay, I think we're also getting rejected with some confluence off the 50% retrace of that entire wave there. So let's run those fibs as well from the top here down to the bottom here, and you can see that boom, we tagged the 50% like it was money. Okay, so there's confluence here with the 127 as well as the 50% fib. So anyway, so that's That's pretty good. Now, the big question mark for all of us is there more upside, or are we going down from here? Now, it's either or, guys. It is either or. But the structure of the wave for me is looking like it is down from here. But we'll talk about it, and we'll see what we can come up with, okay? And so we'll talk about the different potential counts there could be now, and what the wave structure is looking like. Now, I'll tell you the reasons why I believe it's looking down from here, but we're going to be smart about this one. We're going to take our profits where we should. At least I'm going to be taking more profits quickly, and probably just scalping these moves as the market reveals itself. And so I'll show you what I'm thinking along those lines, adjusting my strategy for an either up or either down mentality. So that's what I'll talk about with you here shortly. So anyway, that being said, we could be finished. I mean, there's nothing in Elliott wave, again, from an Elliott wave perspective or a wave structure perspective that says we have to go up anymore. We could be completely done, and that is all. Okay. Now, anyway, so that being said, that's one thing to think about. Number two, we talked about yesterday, we don't have a finished Elliott structure as far as I'm concerned. Right down here, this is a 3 wave, and this made the lowest low. And so if you're going to count that as a 5 wave, you've got to be able to justify it. It just doesn't look very 5 wave-ish at all. It looks very 3 wave-ish. When I dig in closer in the smaller time frames, I have a very hard time seeing 5 waves there. I do see 5 waves here. I don't like it either, but regardless, it's very difficult. But for me, we're kind of playing off the fractal right here that we had this move down. We had a move up, and then we're getting another move down. So we got this move down, we got this move up, and we're going to get another move down. And that's going to give us our WXY finished out. So we got a 3 wave, we got a 3 wave, a 3 wave, and a 3 wave. It's a triple correction is what it is, guys. It's a triple correction. Prolongs time. That's going to take us into March and April potentially, going all the way down. With some trickiness and some shenanigans, it's not going down tomorrow. $1 million, and then you're going to be rich with your shorts if you go short, or whatever. It's not going to jump up. So I think, guys, Bitcoin has primed us, and is priming us. Okay, you'll get these every now and then. You'll get these really fast moves that are really big and profitable, and if you catch it, great, and if you don't catch it, you're like, oh man, but I'm going to get the next one. And so your mentality is, okay, next time I see a breakout, it's got to do it again. But the funny thing is, it doesn't do it again, and that's the interesting thing about this market. In fact, right here, for instance, we got all these moves down, then we got an immediate pump up. We went sideways, then we started moving up, and and you jumped in and it worked for you. You might have been jumping in at all of these pumps. Every time it started pumping up, you jumped in and you made money. You made money. And then what happened just now? This market started pumping up like crazy. Okay, we had some downward movement. The market started pumping, and what did you do? Well, I don't know what you did, but what did Joe Schmo trader do? Chances are he's like, oh, it's going to continue doing the same thing it's been doing. It's just we're going up from here. We're done the correction. Now we're ready to go up some more. And what did it do? People went long in this region right here, okay, and then we went boom, okay. I hit those stops just barely under the low. That's where the stops would be, and now we're starting to go back up again. My take on that is that we're probably going to be going up from here. The only other thing we might do is come on back down for one more hit to the low and then up, but I don't think so, guys. Probably we're just going to get a pump up from here. That's going to be 3 wave in nature. It's not going to be 5 waves. I don't think it's going to be 3 waves. Let me tell you why I believe that. Okay, when we look at the wave structure of this wave right here, okay, you see that there's a 1 and a 2 wave. There's 3, 4, and all that's 5 potentially. Okay, what we might be getting here, I don't. This is a really hard wave to consider, to be honest with you. Okay, someone in our group today was talking. Is this an expanded flat right here? Okay, could be, but. Yeah, it's not expanded flat, but a running flat, I should say. Could be. But, we got to get 3 waves out of this, right? So this easily, you see the 3 waves. And then it's hard to see the three waves there. It looks more like 5 waves to me, but again, it looks more like a diagonal. In fact, I drew this for my people today, and I expected some kind of a move up like that, but what it did is it rolled over and then came up and then down. It's odd. So, you know, that's what I was watching. I often throw charts up in the group to say, okay, this is what I'm watching for. Let's see if this happens. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. And so we at least have something to be looking for, eyeballing. But I would guess that this is probably going to eat up all of that price action again. We're going to work our way up. And it might be quick. It might be quick. I think this was a stop hunt to the low. I think this might have been a finished 5. This is a stop hunt to the low. Or this is the finished 5th wave, which so the way here's a way to count it that works. Okay, let me throw the fib extensions on it. And again, this is an imperfect count because it's really an odd structure, but it's an imperfect count. Let's talk about it. We got a 1. Here's an expanded flat here for a 2. Okay, expanded flat right in there. Okay, then we had 3, came down to the 2618. Guys, that's an impulse wave. It didn't stop at the 1618 reverse. It stopped at the 2618 and bounced just a little bit and continued down for another hit. Guys, this is an impulse, best I can tell. Okay, this might be the end of 3. This could be the end of 4. And that little dumpy thing that we just got was the 5th wave. Okay, so the 4th wave then would be an expanded flat. What I don't like about that is that you've got 2 expanded flats in this, and there's no alternation. Okay, so there's no alternation of corrections here in this wave, and there's a rule of alternation that says, you know, if you get a complex here, you're going to get a simple here, or if you get a flat correction here, you're going to get kind of a steep correction here. So yeah, I'm not sure. So the other way to take it is that this was the 4th wave, this was the 5th wave. So you've got 1, 2, 3, a nice steep simple zigzag for a 4, and a complex 5th wave that finished right here. Okay, and what this is here, this is a 1, 2. Now the problem with this being a 1, 2 is that we took out the low down here. So what I haven't checked is how that looks on other exchanges. Okay, I need to look at guys. I'm ignoring. I'm ignoring my trade here. I need to kind of take a peek at it real quick. Pause for trading decisions. We'll be back to you in just a moment.
Where's the cat?
Check out son. Okay. Kind of got a little pumpy action. I want to watch that and make sure because I'm looking actually. If I'm thinking, what I'm thinking here is if this is the bottom here, I want to probably take my profit at least and let it come on up. I probably won't trade it to the upside. I could trade it to the upside to guard against a move to the up, but I'm not sure yet. I want to let the market reveal. Okay, let the market reveal it to me again. So we'll have to wait and see. So that's the big question mark right now. Is this wave finished, or are we going to get some more of a 5th wave coming down? It could be that this last little push was the 5th wave, and that's it. And then now what we would expect after a 5th wave impulse, guys, after you finish 5 waves. Right there, you expect a 3-wave move to the upside. Okay, some kind of a 3-wave correction. So that also could be it as well. This just could be a flat correction, and then after that, we're gonna have some more downside. Okay, so this is a 5-wave as far as I can tell. Okay, whether it's finished or not, not sure. That structure, I need more data. Okay, but I'm on guard right now. I'm on guard. But then what I want to do is I want to watch and see. I want to see some kind of a three-wave action to the upside that gets us to at least 50% to 61%. Okay, so we can pull our fibs. We can pull our fibs from the top to the bottom. Okay, and see if we can get some kind of a retrace. You can see how the golden zone lines up right here with this little structure zone right there. That makes a lot of sense. So here we could expect a retrace to come on up here. This might be a great entry point. We can ladder in some entries or go ahead and enter another short right here if we take profit down here. That way we don't give all that profit back and we end up starting a new trade to the downside from there. Now what this trade should be, what it should be is a 5-wave move to the downside. It would have to be 5 waves. Now they could be corrective in nature. In other words, this just could be a 5-3-5 large correction, and then we're going up from here. Okay, that's a possibility as a scenario we can watch for. So we could just get a 3-wave move to the upside, 5-wave move to the downside. You got a simple zigzag right there. It's all finished, and then we're up off to the races from there. That's a possibility. The other possibility is that this is actually and what that would be an A, B, and a C. An ABC correction within the grand scheme of things. How would that fit? Yeah, I really wouldn't like it. Structure-wise, it just doesn't look right to me. It's an awful deep 4-wave, and it would have to be a 4-wave for sure. We'd have to have some kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. It's just, but even then, that's just the 3rd wave. So if that's bullish, if we're thinking bullish, guys, that's just a very odd shaped, wave. So I have a hard time seeing that scenario. I do, though I'm on guard for it. Now, the other scenario that I have in mind is that we're starting an impulse to the downside right now. That this is a 5-wave move to the downside. It's finished. We expect a 3-wave move to the upside. That would be a 1 and a 2. So that impulse would be a 5-wave move, something like this. Okay. 1, some kind of 2-wave. Okay. Big old 3, 4, and 5. And it would probably be, pretty large and extended 3, 4, and then a 5th wave. That's going to get us down to that $5,000 region. When we look at the entire structure, you can kind of see where it fits. Here, let me get this off the screen here. It would be a wave, basically, guys, that looked like this. Something like that. And you can see where that kind of fits, in the grand picture. Something like that. That would finish us out, guys. That would finish us out. Somewhere in the $4,000 to $5,000 region if it goes that low. And that's if we get our Z wave. Okay, so that's the bear scenario. That's the bear look at it. Okay. All right, I've been ignoring the chat. Let me just take a peek for a second to make sure I've caught everything I wanted to share. Talked about the fractal. I talked about the overall count that we're looking at, and I just talked about the weird wave, how the market's kind of priming you with these fast pumps. And now we're getting a little bit of a dump here. Let me take a peek on this lower time frame now and kind of see. When I say a dump, I just mean lower. I mean just kind of going quick to the downside. Here, let's see if we can. Now, a couple things to consider here on the smaller time frame. We break this low right here. That's a critical point to break. I think the market knows that. I think the market knows that quite strongly. And wow, that point is right confluent with this 1 wave here. If that's going to be our 1 wave, guys, we're about very, very close to breaking the invalidation point for this to go any higher. Okay, we've come very, very close to it. Oh well, okay, no, never mind. That's probably, well, again, no, actually that's not quite true. let me. I don't know if I would need to explain why that statement was improper, but the 4-wave cannot retrace into the realm of the 1-wave. Okay, so you cannot count this wave like this: 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. And then you're going up for 5. You can't count it like that. Especially number 1 for a couple of reasons. I wouldn't count it like that. Number one, because this is too close to breaking. Now it hasn't broken it yet, but if it breaks it, then it's definitely you can't. Now, number 2, that this 3rd wave doesn't go up high enough for a 3-wave. I mean, it's really dumpy for an impulse wave. It's not the kind of impulse reversal we'd be looking for. Okay, it's not the reversal we'd be wanting to see. We want to see. Remember, I showed you yesterday, guys, in the live stream. All this drawing down here. We got a nice. I mean, this is a beautiful. If you want to call it a head and shoulders pattern, it's kind of like a head and shoulders pattern, okay? But this is a beautiful reversal right here, right there. Let me show you why this is a gorgeous reversal. We had a finished 5 waves, okay? And then we had an impulse, okay? It was none of this stuff, okay? None of that. That's kind of a corrective shape, guys. When you start seeing this move like that, that's a backwards H. It's a corrective move, okay? We didn't get any of that stuff. We just got a straight up pump with a 3-wave move, okay? That's an impulse with a 3-wave move to the downside, and then we got more impulse off of that, okay, and it continued going. So, you know, that's a fantastic and a beautiful move. This was an impulse, you know, a wave 1, 2, okay, and then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 3rd, and then you got an extended 5th right here for the 3rd wave. Okay, you got so the way we count this wave would be 1, 2, okay, all that's 3. We got a running flat for a running flat 4 and an extended 5th, and that's what we got right there. Boom. All right, so that's an impulse, guys. It's just up, 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 up. It's none of this crap that we're seeing. This isn't impulsive. This is corrective. As far as the way I look at the market and the way I'm accustomed to seeing corrections, it's corrective. And that's why I'm bent and I have a bias to the downside. As soon as I see that impulse, guys, that impulse rocking, then I'll be a lot more bullish, and I'll make bull videos, and I'll be a moon boy because the market tells me to be a moon boy. You don't want me to be a moon boy. You want me to be a realist, guys. You want me to tell you what the market's showing you, not what you want it to be. Somebody made a comment in yesterday's live stream after it had aired. They said, can we ever find a TA guy that actually believes in the product instead of just staring at a chart, as if it was. Yeah. Well, listen, listen. If I believed in Apple, but the Apple stock is tanking, well, but I believe in it. I just keep buying it. No, I'm going to buy it. After it's done tanking and it's shown some signs of recovery. That's when you buy. But this is an area of the chart where, hey, yeah. But for me, I'm not a rich boy. Okay, so $1,000, $2,000 cheaper. That means a lot to me in the long run. Some people say, well, it's not going to mean a lot in the grand scheme of things later on. Oh, what are you talking about? Listen, $1,000 now. Okay, let's just do the math here. Let's just play around with the math for a second. Okay, if I have, let's just say I have $8,000 right now. I could right now buy a Bitcoin, and I would have one. And whenever Bitcoin gets up to $100,000, guys, $100,000, I'll have $100,000, right? But what if I wait? Number one, if I'm a smart trader, I'm reading the chart well, and price ends up getting down to $5,000 or $6,000. Okay, what if it gets down there? Okay, well, let's see, what's 6,000? Okay, and let's see, I have 8,000. Oh, come on. 6,000 divided by 8,000 means I can buy. Let me try it again. I do it the other way. I was doing it backwards. 8,000 divided by 6,000, because that's the price. I can buy 1 1/3. So when Bitcoin gets up to $100,000, guys, guess how much? I've got $133,000. Now, let me ask you a question. If you could spend spend $1,000 now better, or $2,000 now better, to have $333,000 in a year or 2 or 3, would it matter to you? Absolutely. So for me, I'm waiting until I see the bottom. Now, it's a risk, because one might say, well, Jim, this could be the bottom. I got you. And so that I am willing, then my trading style is willing to risk the amount of increase. I'm willing to buy it at 9,000 or wait. Actually, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even buy it at 9,000. I'd wait for a retrace. I'd wait for it to come back a bit. I'd try to buy it around whatever, because listen, this reversal, guys, we had an impulse, and then we had a 78% pullback, an 80% pullback. That's where you buy, at the 80% pullback. You didn't get the dead bottom, but you got really, really close. But if we were watching these Elliott waves, this is the most beautiful Elliott count right here in the market. It's unreal. So anyway, so many reasons why I just don't think this thing is finished. We could be coming down here for now, but we may not be. So we may be bulling from here. But I want to be on guard for both and try to trade it both ways. And the other thing is I want to be able to trade it to the downside so I can make money on the way down, have more capital to buy when it gets down there. I have ignored you guys completely. So let me just take a minute and acknowledge all of y'all. All right, let's see here. All right, Teddy Gunn, let's see. Too lazy. Boost the statistics. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thanks. Akeem, what's up, buddy? Hey, James. Max, good afternoon. Just want to say hi to everybody. Thomas. Julio Soto, thanks. I appreciate you hitting the like button. Double Jai. How many we got here? How many are watching now? I can't even tell anymore. Let me check on my phone. $113 of you. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. You'll get daily videos like this every day showing the wave structure. I like the price action I'm looking at right now. Wave 5 is not done. Okay. All right, Hamed. Percent waves for wave 1. 5 waves for wave 1. Yep. Potentially, Jeff, that was potentially. I think you were just agreeing when I was talking. Hey, Meyer, how's it going, buddy? Thanks, David G. Yeah, agreed, Thomas. Toma, I totally agree. It's not 3 waves. It's just not for me. No volume to be bullish. Agreed. ABC correction, smaller time frame, but on the 1 hour chart. Yeah. Again, way to find low is you take the current top at 6.5 long, and you bring the Fibbo up 50% level. All right, the current top is you take the 65 low. I'm not sure I understand that, man, and I'm not sure I have time to. I want to mess with that. I want to think about that. Don's Mod, not advice at all. Just just talking with you guys as friends and sharing the way I think. For sure. Lots of chat here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just catching up here. Thank you, Nibbler. Appreciate it. Oh, you want to see my foot? Guys, I have a gout attack, and it's, my foot is swollen about twice the size. Some of the swelling's gone down. I've been chugging black cherry juice just straight. And then I think I read, too, that I can do some damage to your kidneys. So my wife said I got to back off that. So I'm just chugging water right now. But, yeah, gout. Guys, I hate water, but I got to drink it exclusively anymore. I can't drink pop. Pop's killing me. It is killing me for sure. So no more pop for me. CME gap. Hey, Mutant Roshi, where is the CME gap? I don't pay attention to the CME charts much. What's up, Greg? Thinking bullish. We were in wave 5 just now. Completed 4 bearish. Wave 1 impulse. Hey, Jeff, we'll see. Hey, Jeff Balboni, we're gonna see. But you don't bring those opinions in here. Dude, we'd be good friends. I love your name, man. I love it. Happy New Year to you, Nestor. Why are gaps important? Well, basically, not just in CME, but gaps in any market. The gap doesn't. Markets don't like gaps. Okay, a gap happens when price has moved so fast. Okay, that it did not have time to fill orders within a price range. In other words, that the orders got eaten up within a price range so fast that there weren't enough orders to fill all of the orders that were being bought up. And so, in other words, it moved really fast. Okay, and generally the market has a tendency to go back and fill those gaps. In other words, if there's a gap in the chart, like so, price is going up, it kind of comes down, it goes up, it gets a gap, something like that. It'll tend to have a tendency to come back at this price level and then continue on. Okay, it'll fill the gap, so to speak, now here's the deal. There's no rule in the market that says the market has to fill the gap. The market is made up of a bunch of people buying and selling. Okay, certainly there are banks and institutions that have reasons why they need to go back in those liquidity zones and fill those orders and square their books up and things of that nature. I don't understand all those things with perfection. I just have a basic understanding. But that being said, there's no rule that says any gap has to be filled. Okay, there's no rule that says that. So always keep that in mind. The general principle is that gaps tend to be filled. Okay, the market likes to fill gaps. It does not have to. So always keep that in mind, guys. Always keep that in mind. Okay. James, I'll take that into consideration. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate it. Green tea. Amazing. Okay, I'll check it out. Gap's about 7,600. Guys, to be honest with you, I think price is heading down there anyway, so I'm not worried about that gap being filled for sure. Again, the structure of this chart does not say up to me right now, particularly because, here's the biggest reason. The biggest reason for me is that this wave right here is an impulse wave, okay? Now, when you have an impulse wave, there's only two things that can happen, okay? When you have an ABC, a simple zigzag, okay? Let me try ABC. A, B, C, a simple zigzag. What you have is an impulse, 5-wave impulse, okay? It'll be an impulsive wave, a 3-wave pullback, and another impulse. It'll be a 5, 3, 5, okay? Impulse, correction, impulse. And so that will look, that first wave will be impulsive, right? But the way you tell whether the entire structure is impulsive or corrective is use fib extensions. Once you get that first wave created and then the second wave created, then you pull the extensions on it, and then you watch where this next wave comes. If it stops at the 127 or the 1-to-1 extension, guys, you've got a corrective structure here. Even though you have impulse waves to the downside, it's corrective in nature if it stops here at the 1-to-1 Fibo or the 1276. or 1236. Different people have different numbers they use. I use the 1276 for reasons that I could share later. Basically, the market just often comes there and hits there. So anyway, I know if it comes short in between these areas, it's probably hitting the 123 or the 1272. But that being said, if it stops in this region, we're dealing with correction, we're going up. If it continues on down here to the 1618 extension, guys, then what you're dealing with is an impulse, okay? So that is the way you tell. So here's the way you do it from an Elliott wave chart standpoint. What I'm going to be watching, guys, is I want to see a three-wave pullback, okay? Once I get that three-wave pullback, whatever shape and size that thing is, and then we begin to show reversal signs, okay, like that. Okay, as long as getting some reversal, I'm going to throw my extensions on that guy like so. Measure the first wave, back to the second wave, and then we're going to watch this thing develop. Okay, we're going to watch this next wave come on down. If it comes down and stops here at the 125, the 1-to-1 extension, or the 127 extension, or even bumps into the 1618 and reverses, we're dealing with a corrective structure, a larger corrective structure. But if it continues down past the 1618, guys, and holds that price, gets a small bounce and continues on, you've got a 5-wave impulse you're dealing with, okay? And so that's the way you're going to tell as price is being made. Right now, for me, just looking at it, this wave is so large. It is large and impulsive. It is large and in charge, okay? Because it's large and impulsive, it makes me think that even if we got a 3-wave move, I wouldn't understand a corrective. I would not understand this to be as a corrective move, because I've got a. How am I to interpret this? I got a 3-wave, and now what do I do here? Is this a 3-wave move right there, or is that an impulse, a corrective, and I get another 3-wave? Regardless, we come down from there. If we get a corrective structure right here, to me, it just implies down regardless, because of the size of that wave. I just don't see how to interpret it. I don't see how to interpret it bullishly in any way, shape, or form. Because this wave didn't come up to the 1618. It came to the 127 extension. And then we got a strong reversal. This isn't a weak push, guys. This is a strong reversal. It's a 5-wave push. So for me, this speaks loudly. For me, I'm on guard for market maker manipulation. In other words, I'm on guard for the idea that Jim, you're just this is some kind of a 3-wave. You didn't interpret it right, and it goes up from here. I'm on guard for that. I'm ready for that. I'm on guard for it. I'm going to watch for it. But that being said, if I had to give you my bias, and I'm saying, what are you thinking, Jim? If you had to ask me and nail me down, what would you bet on right now? I would bet to the downside. And that's not just because I've been to the downside for a long time. The chart is still showing me downside, okay? At least the best I can see it, okay? Now, if we come down here and break this region, break this yellow line, guys, that's going to be a strong increase of my bearish mindset. If we break this region, it's off. I mean, it's done. It's bearish. It's definitely bearish. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to get a pullback, but if we come down here, we could come up and then we'd be continuing on down. Anyway, I don't think we're going to make it this low, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure if we're going to make it this low. I don't think the market would make it that easy for us. That becomes really, really easy to interpret the market once the price came that way. Okay. All right. Yeah, no problem. What's up, Crypto Hippo? Guys, you need to check out Crypto Hippo's channel. Glad you made it by, man. Yeah, he's another Elliott Wave trader that we like to support each other, guys, because we're not in any kind of, for me and him too, we did a collab video as well. Not in any kind of a, what do you call it, a contest, because he's got a perspective that'll help you guys. And I have a perspective that might help as well. And you kind of put them all together, and it really becomes a nice community of traders. So go definitely check out his channel for sure. He's got a lot of good things to say. Glad you made it by, man. Glad you made it by. All right. Yeah, Vladimir, I considered that for sure. The fourth wave being a running flat. And then the fifth wave could be finished, and that's what we talked about at the beginning of the live stream, that this could possibly be, the way I'm counting it, there's a couple of ways I'm counting it, but this could be a 1, 2, 3, running flat 4, and there's 5, and it's finished. That little dumpy thing is the fifth wave. Or we have more downside to go. But we have an extended third wave here. It came to the 2618. Generally, when you have an extended third wave, you do not have an extended fifth wave. Okay, so in other words, this wave came to the 2618 extension roughly, and so we wouldn't expect to see an extended fifth. You'd actually, when you get an extended third, you generally expect to see the fifth wave about the same size as the first wave, which is exactly what we got. So that's why I'm considering strongly that guys, we're probably going to see price move up from here, but I can't tell you for certain, obviously. Yeah, price, good chance price just goes up from here. It gives us a three-wave pullback of some kind, 50%, 618. Who knows? We might get a short one. We'll have to wait and see what the market gives us there. But I'm trying to decide whether to take profit now or to wait this out if it's going to give us any more downside. I'm not feeling the downside right now. I'm feeling a correction coming on. That's what I'm feeling. This move right here is very. That's a prep move, a prep move for the exchanges of the makers and whatever is going to happen next. So anyway, if anybody went long in this region, they got scared out of their trade here, or they're holding fearfully, and then so we'll have to wait and see what happens here, guys. All right, that's about all I had to share with you guys. I hope that was helpful to you. I'm not going to take any kind of chart requests today, if you don't mind. I would like to finish and look at Ethereum and Litecoin. I won't look at anything else, but yeah, definitely. Definitely check out Sin Crypto's channel. I think he did a collab with Hippo. Sounds good, man. Let's do it. We'll touch base tonight, maybe sometime in Telegram or Discord, Hippo, and we'll see if we can do a collab. I'd be glad to see your count for sure. I check out your video about every day, man. I watch it every day. I'm a faithful viewer. Hit the likes, and I like to see other guys' perspectives, because I know that I'm not always seeing everything, and so I really like to see what you got to say, man. All right, good deal. Yeah, we're taking over. Taking over. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks for dropping in. How many of you here? 122 of you. Awesome. Glad you made it by. I hope that update was helpful to you. Let's watch and see. But just to give you some final take. Oh, I was about to close it off. I got to look at Litecoin and Ethereum. But just to close it off here. Here's what we're waiting for. I want to see this wave finish out. If it's finished, great. If not, we're gonna have some more downside. Another 5 waves. But I'm not seeing that in the structure. I think probably it's finished. Probably going to get a 3-wave pullback of some kind. I don't know how big or what size and shape it's going to be, but then we'll have a big move to the downside. Okay. So yeah. And let's see, what else would we be looking for? So watch out for some more downside here, but we could get 3-wave pullback. That doesn't mean we're going to the moon. In my opinion, this just looks too impulsive to the downside to me. I would expect a 3-wave pullback and some more downside at least. Minimum there. All right, guys. Let's see. Litecoin. Let's check it out here. There we go. I'm just checking on my Euro USD trade got working here. Litecoin, LTC. Oh, I've got that over here in my favorites. LTC. All right. So LTC. One-hour chart here. Go the 2-hour. Come on. There we go. All right, trading LTC here. This to me looks very corrective here. We got a 3-wave. We got a WXY. We got an expanded flat right here in the middle. Boom, boom, boom. Looks to me. So we've got a 3, and a 5 right there. I don't know if that's a 3, 3, 5. This could be a 5-wave. It's just ugly. 3, it could be a 5, 3, 5. But it came to the 127 extension right there. Then we got an impulse to the downside, guys. That is an impulse wave if I've ever seen one. And if you've ever seen one, that's what an impulse wave looks like. So we got an impulse to the downside. Expect a 3-wave correction and more impulse to the downside. Guys, to me. I mean, if Litecoin tells the tale, we're going down. We are going down. So that's the way I'm reading that, guys. My targets are down at 25 to 30 still. Let me zoom out and show you where my targets are. My large scale count for Litecoin is a WXY, and in the Y wave we've got an ABC with an ending diagonal. That's my count right now, best I can tell. So in other words, the way I would count this is complex correction, W, oh come on, W, X, and all that's Y, okay? Let's see what the fibs tell me. 1-to-1 extension is beautiful. Right here, down here is perfect, okay? Good deal. So that gives us the 1-to-1 extension down here at 127. It gets us down here to 1824 off of that extension pull. Now, the Y wave is the way I would interpret that is an A, B, and then a C wave, and the C wave is an ending diagonal, okay? And so the ending diagonal looks just like this. 1, 2, 3, we just got 4. We need the 5th wave to put in. So we're getting ready to put the 5th wave in. I think we finished the 4th wave. It's 3 waves, comes to a corrective extension. It looks beautiful. So that looks like that to me. Meyer, thank you so much for that gift, my man. Thank you. What a gift. I really appreciate it, buddy. You are just a gentleman and a scholar, and really, really appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. So yeah, that's my Litecoin count. So guys, buy zone for me. It's going to be at the bottom of this trend line here. We could break through the trend line. We could throw down below it here. So buy zone for me is about $30. 25 to 30 in that ballpark. We'll have to wait and see how it reacts. I need a 3-wave move. I need a 3-wave move off of this thing that bounces maybe off this trend line. Could go all the way as low as $18. I'm not seeing that. If it comes down to $18, then we've got to reevaluate this. So it's probably not going to break this low, I would imagine. Probably not going to break that low. But that's the way I'm looking at it for now. Let's see. Ethereum is the same thing as Litecoin pretty much. I think you got the ending diagonal as well. I think it's a WXY with an ending diagonal. Looks beautiful. Right there. Boom. Yeah. W, X, Y. And this is A. That's B. That's 1. No, I don't like that at all. What did I do with this? Could just be an ABC, guys. A big ABC. Instead of a WXY, it could just be a big ABC. If it's an ABC, then I can get the ending diagonal very nicely there. C wave would be 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. C wave's probably right there. Or the first wave. That's a tough one there. But again, still looking down. Let me show you on the smaller time frame. Excuse me. Smaller time frame. Same thing as Litecoin. We had this a 3-wave move. Boom, 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 like that. It came to a corrective fib. Okay, 1276. Got a 3-wave WXY feel to it right there. W. We've got a running flat here, X, and then Y right there. Or that's another way to look at it right there. Not sure what to do with that, guys. Shoot, this could be a WX, and we could have another corrective wave up to the upside. That's possible. The only problem I have with that is that this right here is looking very impulsive as well for Ethereum. One, two, three, four, 5. Looks like 5 waves is finished here, guys, and then we got a 1-2 wave of our corrective wave going up. So it looks like we might get like a 5-3-5 coming up there on Ethereum. So, yeah, that looks like 5 waves complete right there. Let's throw the extension on it and see. Yeah, there's the 3rd wave. Got the 5th wave. It's beautiful. It's a very, very, very nice impulse wave. Very, very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Looks like we've got an impulse working here off the. Got an impulse working off the bottom here. Got a nice 3-wave, 2-wave pullback here. It's looking. This count's really, really looking nice here. Didn't. Check the smaller time frame. Looks very 3-wave-ish, doesn't it, guys? 2618. I think the 3rd wave is right in here. This little junk. Let me go down the 2-minute. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Yeah, there it is. They hide it. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. There it is. There's 5 completed waves. This looks like A, B, and C. Might have one more hit to the low. Yeah, 5, 3, and then a 5. Looks like we might have one more hit to the low, guys. One more chance to probably take your profit. That's what I'm probably going to do. If Bitcoin gives me another hit to the low as well. Let's check Bitcoin on this very, very small time frame here. That could be 5 finished waves. That looks like a 3-wave move, though. So with that being said, if that's a 3-wave move, we might have one more hit to the low still yet. Not sure about that one, y'all. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch that one. All right. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Shoe's saying I'll look at BNB, but I don't. I need to really go, guys. I'm sorry. I'll look at BNB real quick on Binance. Take a peek here. I was going to do a video, but I just thought I'd just get it out quick and do a live. I like lives. They're pretty fun. Same deal, guys, here on BNB. Looks like you got a corrective structure right here on the 4-hour. Boom, boom, boom. That's a corrective 3-wave downside to come. I mean, it's looking like Litecoin, looking like Bitcoin, looking like all of them. Let me go to the 6-hour, see what it's showing here. I hate that structure. I hate it. What else could it be? 5, 3. If it's not corrective, the only way it could be, we could have a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2 working. That would be the only other thing it could be, guys. So very, very bullish way to look at this, guys, would be a 1, 2. We got a flat right in here for a 2, and now we got a 1 wave and we got a 2 wave working, and then it's going to be, going up from there. So that's a bullish look at that, potentially. Let me look at Ethereum in the same light. So much on the chart. I hate this as a 5 wave, but we're going to call it 5. That just looks too corrective. It doesn't look like a 1, 2, 1, 2. A lot of times a 1, 2, 1, 2 will come to the 1 to 1 extension when you make it. But it's not looking like a 1, 2, 1, 2. It's looking more down. All right, that's what I've got, guys. See, did I give you a price projection down here? Yeah, it's gonna be below $12. Wait for 5 waves to finish here. That's what I would do. Wait for 5 waves. You got a 5, you got a 3, you got a 5. Now, unless this turns into a complex here, but like right here, you got a complex. See, you got a really big complex wave. Corrective extensions. You got 1, 2, ABC, ABC. What is that? Well, that's a 5, a 3, and a 5. Yeah, that's a 5, 3, 5 correction there. 5 waves to the upside. 3 waves there. Yeah, that's a 5, 3, 5. So that wasn't complex at all. This isn't a 5 wave. This is an impulse. This is 3 wave correction. Yeah, it's gonna make new lows, I think, BNB. So there you go. All right. You guys have a fantastic evening. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll touch base if there's anything else to say. Definitely keep the Telegram group up to date for sure. You guys have a great evening. And let's see. Hey, Ernest, thanks so much. You guys have a great night. Talk to you later.